Well, hello everyone, and along with Caitlin Dermody, I am delighted to be here to share a synopsis of an article that we wrote that was based on research conducted in 6 countries to discern what are outstanding early childhood policies. This study was funded by a large group of American businessmen who really are committed to doing things for young children, but who recognize that some of the things that are being done in the United States could be improved upon if we could garner lessons from other countries around the world. So indeed, we set out with principal investigators from 6 different countries. Several of them were in Asia, several of them were Anglo countries, and we used Finland as a Nordic country. The study was conducted over 3 years, and I think our findings, which I will begin to elaborate on, hopefully will be helpful not only to the United States, but to everyone. There are lessons that we can all learn from each other, and this is offered in the spirit of true international exchange. The first thing that we found, there are 4 findings. I'm going to do 2 of them, and Caitlin is going to do 2 of them. The first thing we found was that context really does matter, that there is no perfect system that exists, and that each country contours what it does for children and families predicated on what its internal values are. So a set of services in Finland might look quite different from a repertoire of high quality services in, say, Hong Kong or Korea or even Australia. Context really does make a very big difference. The second finding that we learned is that in all of these countries, no matter how different their contexts, they all provide a large repertoire of services for young children. In other words, they're not putting all of their efforts into one basket, into, say, pre-kindergarten or years before entry into formal schooling. But the repertoire of services includes a vast array of home visiting services, of pre and perinatal health care services, of childcare, of parenting activities and parenting supports, and of course, childcare and early childhood education. And there is a great deal of emphasis in most of these countries on the transition into early learning. So basically, these 2 findings combine to say that there is not one size fits all, but a repertoire of services that are tailored to the context really do make a difference.
The third finding identified key pillars of successful ECEC systems. The first pillar is strong policy foundations. Each country has stable government structures. While they vary in form and function, these structures experience peaceful transitions of power and are not at risk for coups. The second pillar, comprehensive services, funding, and governance, is demonstrated in the coordination across ministries, including health, welfare, and education, to provide a multitude of services for young children. The third pillar is knowledgeable and supported teachers and families. In Australia, the roles and responsibilities of members of the ECEC workforce are clearly defined to aid in the workforce's preparation and to create career ladders for professional development. The fourth pillar, informed, individualized, and continuous pedagogy, is evident in each country's national framework. These mandated policies or adopted guidance documents outline curriculum and pedagogy for young children. The fifth pillar is data to drive improvement. Each country has established data collection capacities and research institutes to collect and use data to improve services. The fourth finding of the early advantage studies was the importance of synergy. While each of the aforementioned pillars appears individualized, they are inherently synergistic and affect and engage with the other pillars. For example, the national framework in each country outlines how and what a child should learn, but it also shapes professional development standards and establishes criteria for program monitoring. In addition, the creation of such a document requires the coordination of the ministries that govern ECEC services in said countries. Planning for and supporting synergy between these pillars is essential for a successful ECEC system. So where do these findings take us? It's important to understand that no country can adopt another country's policies outright, no matter how successful. Policies must and should be adapted to a country's context. Of course, these findings lead to tactical strategies that countries can employ, including creating an effective monitoring system that collects and uses data to improve services, or enhances training or compensation for the ECEC workforce. But most importantly, the findings of these studies push us toward a reconceptualization of ECEC system success and broaden the definition of quality that should be applied to them. A successful ECEC system is not only defined by mounting individual programs, but also creating synergy between these programs. A quality ECEC system is not only measured by the achievements of individual children, but the equity, efficiency, and sustainability of the programs and services that serve them. Planning for and supporting synergy while keeping these new definitions of quality and success in mind are successful for mounting a successful ECEC system in a country.